All right, what's going on, guys? So my name is Dakota. I'm the founder of Optim Audience Digital Marketing, and we are planning on doing a lot in the future with digital marketing, getting insights from the market by using digital marketing and also using AI and a lot of other stuff like that. But today I want to talk primarily about digital marketing and the different uses and just why it's so effective. So the first thing I want to do is just kind of explain the overall concept of digital marketing and help you I guess see the 10,000-foot view of digital marketing as a whole and PPC, SEO, website content. You should be doing everything you can to be acquiring customers, acquiring subscribers to your email list, creating content that's going to be attracting and resonating with the people that you want to be doing business with. If you're not doing that or thinking about doing these things and planning for those things right now, you're going to get left behind. So what I want to start off with is strategy development and just the overall, like, what you need to consider when developing a strategy. So let's go to and again, this is just a high level view. There's a lot of things to consider when doing this, but we're just going to be going over the main ones. And this is literally just off the top of my head. There's probably going to be more that I missed, a couple that are pretty big, but so let's start with that. Start with your offers and your products. So give me a second. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm changing my music. This is supposed to be music that is calming, and it's definitely not. So I'm turning on a different playlist. Apologize. This one. Cool. All right, let's do this. Okay, so planning of digital marketing. So we're gonna close out of this and gonna focus right here. So strategy and planning. Now, just to give you a little bit of an idea as to like all the different things that go into strategy and planning in the long term, here are some more technical breakdowns of me planning out digital marketing stuff. And these really aren't even that bad. Like these lists, yeah. Let's see if I can find something. Projects. Oh, you know what? I'm actually in the process right now of transferring everything over to another just single document so I can track everything better. But let's see. So here's some stuff that I'm planning. So this is a live site audit that I'm going to be creating some content around, and this is just the layout of the content and the objectives, and it's not quite finished yet, but this is just one piece of content that I'm planning for. So just to give you an idea as to the kinds of technicalities that come into play when planning or implementing any of this stuff. A lot of it is best done planning up front before you even start touching the website or start touching content or start creating ads or anything like that. So a lot of this is really planning ahead and planning in advance. Otherwise you just end up going in circles and doing stuff over and over again that you should have just planned for, and you'd have made sure that you weren't doing the going in circles thing. So yeah, anyways, it can get very technical, but we're going to try to keep it simple. So the first thing is obviously you have to consider your business objectives as a whole. So what are you trying to achieve as a business? Are you trying to get more? Obviously everyone wants more revenue, everyone wants more margins, higher margins, they want more profit, and that's great and fine and dandy, but what are the things that you believe are impacting those things the most? So is it the amount of leads that you're getting? Is it the amount of inquiries for your product? Is it traffic? Is it just what is it that you want to achieve, and what are the things that you're trying to sell in your business, and how many different streams do you have for I guess generating revenue? So how many different products, how many different services, how many different offers, how many different, just everything all together. We want to find and identify all of those different things that we offer, and then start to identify the routes from the awareness phase all the way down to where we close them. So that's just something you want to think about as you start. So then we get into customer journey planning. So actually this comes above that. So customer avatars, there is a lot that goes into them. There's demographics, there are informational resources. Actually, here's a good spot. Avatar. Here. This is something where you guys can go to create your own persona that's a little bit more detailed. So, build my persona. We're just going to pretend I'm going to go over here, skip walkthrough mode. This is what you end up with. So, you have all these different items, and then you start to and then you can go in and add your own sections and your own specific parameters that you want to go in and make sure people hit or are a part of your target audience. So pretty cool. And once you fill this out, you can have multiple of these per company, depending on the size of the market and the different audiences that you serve and that you're prioritizing. So yeah, that's getting into the avatars and just the breakdowns of those, and how avatars are really important, because that's really the thing that's going to determine your copy, the content that you create, how you develop your website, the kinds of words that you use in your emails, the kinds of words that you use in your headlines. Everything comes down to who are you speaking to and what is the message. Is the message resonating with the specific type of person that you're trying to get to take a specific action? So if you can line up the message, the timing, and the offer and the audience all in one spot, that's like the key right there, is getting all four of those right. So next thing is customer journey planning. So we want to start creating content that educates and basically drives people from, again, the awareness stage to the conversion stage. And what I mean by that is, so this can get a little bit technical. This is what we call omni-channel digital marketing, and that's where basically, based off of where someone is at in the funnel or the buyer's journey, we're able to cater specific ads and specific content to the people based off of the last URL that they were hitting, or if they clicked a certain button, or if they interacted with a piece of content or in a certain way. And there's a lot of different things that we can target, but going through and making sure that we are offering and putting content or offers in front of the people at the right time based off of where they're at in the customer journey and what they've interacted with on our website or other channels we're advertising on, is going to be huge. So and that's also what increases conversion rates like crazy and decreases the cost for converting someone, because you're doing it properly and you're doing it in a way that doesn't just interrupt people and doesn't just piss them off. You're doing it in a way that is basically the people have good experience learning and buying and just doing business with you in general. It's not a hassle. It's not something that feels forced. You want to focus on the relationship development aspect of marketing rather than just the straight up like direct approach where like, hey, buy my shit, like, hey, let me wave a flag and buy my stuff because I'm a company and you're a person that has money and I want that. That's really not how good relationships are developed, and that's not how a good marketing strategy is developed either. It's by giving value up front and educating and informing and doing everything that you can to develop the relationship and create rapport between the people that are consuming the content and yourself or your business. And really by doing that, you earn the trust of the people that are consuming the content, and eventually when it comes time to buy or do whatever it is that you hope that they'd be doing as far as a call to action, hopefully they come to you. But just like Gary Vaynerchuk says, if you haven't seen Gary Vaynerchuk, highly suggest checking him out. You can give value, but you can't expect anything, because if you expect stuff, then, sorry, I'm getting off on a bit of a tangent, but anyways, you want to give value up front and make sure that the prospect is getting every piece of information that they need, and you're doing everything you can to develop trust and rapport with them through your content and marketing strategy, rather than just trying to shove sales stuff down their face, or webinars, or just stuff that's just dude, you don't even know me, you don't know my needs, you don't know people are starting to get picky with what they do and don't interact with, and the companies that they do business with, because of how I guess I don't want to say pampered we are, but everyone just expects a great user experience. So if you don't have that and you don't meet those expectations, people are probably going to go somewhere else to do business. So anyways, so you want to have content and offers for again, each part of the journey. So let's go over to this. We got awareness, and this is when they first meet you. So awareness, and then engagement, and subscription. Subscription is where they decide to follow you or decide to subscribe to your email list, and conversion is when they decide to pull out their wallets and do business with you, or they commit a good chunk of time to a meeting or a demo or something like that, something that they actually sacrifice a little bit of their personal time to understand your maybe your service or your product or whatever it is that you're offering a little bit better. And typically that's in SaaS, when people are trying to understand a product a lot better, because there's a lot of SaaS companies out there that just have so many different features and functions, and the demo is usually used to go and identify the needs and how people would really use the product if they were to get it. So yeah, let's make this engagement, subscription, conversion. Okay, so this is where you'd be putting out micro content. So micro content, tips, and we're just going to give one example: tips with link to blog post about micro content. Engagement, pretty similar stuff. I'm going to say blog post, and maybe say we're trying to get people to comment on the blog post. Comments on blog post, that's an engagement. Subscription, when someone subscribes to email list, subscription. So now that you have their information, you can now contact them for free whenever you want, although you don't want to be spammy with it. You don't want to annoy the people. You want to, again, continue the good experience that you've already developed. If they've given you their email, they've probably had a good experience up to this point, and they probably want to learn or know more about what you're doing or what you're saying, or just anything that you've advertised that they've opted in for. There's a reason behind it. So continue the good user experience, and don't spam people. Don't spam people with, you can shoot out offers and stuff like that, and do discounts, but people will block or throw you in trash if you're annoying. So don't be annoying. Email list, subscription. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And conversion, we're just going to say, I'm going to give two different examples for this one. So either a product, low ticket product sale, or a demo for a SaaS product, time or money commitment. Sweet. So, after this, we get into like developing other upsells and stuff like that to try to get what we would call profit maximization going on, and where we're getting the most value out of our customers, and the customers are also getting the most value from us, because I mean, if we're offering something and it's a value to them and they're willing to give up their money for that, and it helps reach them or helps them reach a goal of theirs, then it's a win-win. So if we can do that, and we can make more money, then and we can grow more as a business and help them grow as well, why wouldn't we be doing that? So that's really what comes after conversion, is upsells and getting people to promote your company and review it and all that fun stuff. So really turning your good experience, your customers' good experience, into something that they want to share with other people and other, hopefully, business owners that, if you're a B2B company, want to or are looking for services similar to yours. So hopefully that makes sense. So traffic sources. There are paid, earned, and owned traffic sources. Now the only owned one, or I guess there's two owned. There's email lists, and then there's text SMS lists. So if you have someone's phone number or email and you have permission to contact them, you own that traffic. There's nothing that you need to do to be paying besides maybe hosting the email stuff, and paying for some software or something like that to manage the text campaigns. But aside from that, you don't have to pay any other platforms to distribute or communicate with the people that have subscribed to anything that you have put out there for them to subscribe to with either their phone number or their email. So you can be freely pushing out content, pushing out offers, pushing out stuff. Again, don't be annoying, but you can be getting a lot of feedback from people with owned traffic and emails. And yeah, I would definitely hit, if you haven't already, go and do deep research on people, and just reach out to some of your best customers and really understand why they are choosing your product, why they're using your services, what makes you different in their eyes compared to someone that they were also considering doing business with, all that fun stuff. And that'll help you refine your copy and help you refine your content, help you refine how you say things on your website and all that fun stuff. You'll start to see overlaps in how people communicate, and what people are identifying as high value with your company. Or maybe you'll find data points that help identify why people aren't taking certain actions, and maybe you can find out why people drop off the list or why they unsubscribe, blah blah blah. So yeah, you can do a lot of different cool stuff, and but the point is, own traffic is the goal. So these two are substitutes, but they're like, we don't want to be doing, we want to do as much owned traffic, we want to be using as much owned traffic as possible to generate revenue, because we don't have to put in any more work. We've already done the work necessary to acquire the people and get their information and get permission to contact them and communicate with them. And so we want to get as many people that we can off of paid and earned onto owned and into our email or text message lists. So earned media is really content and search engine optimization, which I'm not going to get too into, but it's basically doing everything technical for Google and Google's bots, so that you rank on Google's pages for specific search result or for specific search queries. So if someone searches something in Google that's 3 words long in a specific location, and you pull up, you're likely a local business owner that provides services related to whatever they were searching for. And I hope that makes sense. But yeah, that is earned traffic. And then also anything that you post online that is, I guess, how do I put this? Anything that you post online, or any traffic that you get from previous posts, older SEO or older comments, or anything that you've posted online before that isn't paid traffic or paid sources, is also earned traffic. So, and the last one is paid traffic. That is where you put in a certain amount of money and you pay a specific platform for a specific result for X amount of dollars or cents. So you can, but all the social platforms have paid sides of them. Facebook is by far one of the most interesting and most complicated but most effective paid traffic sources, and so is LinkedIn right now. So using this to do all, I'm just going to share some tips with you using this to create lookalike audiences. Lookalike audiences, custom audiences, retargeting based on URL hits. So people that have not visited a specific URL on your website, offers advertised to specific of your audience, again based off of URL hits. So something really cool is once you get an email list or a text message list, you can plug that into Facebook and say, hey, Facebook, with all the data points that you have on everyone, I want you to go and find people that are on the platform that are most like these guys. And Facebook will scrape the whole system and find the data points and that are most relevant to segmenting and creating a parameter around your specific audience that you want to identify and then target ads towards. And it's got over 50,000 data points on most individuals that are on the platform, so it has zero trouble with enough volume identifying the insights and the patterns that are causing people to take action and that are resonating with specific types of people, and it will find and identify those specific variations of the ads and the specific segments of the audience that are taking the action that you want to, so that you continue advertising and continue spending money with them. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with Facebook, and definitely a lot of cool stuff you can do with Google as well. One of my favorite things to do with Google is use query-based video ads. So if someone searches something in Google, then next time they go to YouTube, you can go and show them a specific YouTube video based off of what they searched in the search bar. So I think that's probably one of the trickiest, coolest tactics I guess I've got for you, is using a query-based targeting for YouTube ads. So YouTube, Google, and other social channels. Okay, cool. So, and we're going to stop there, and I'm going to, I think, make this a little bit organized and then come right back. Just kidding. I think I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to make a separate video later on at a different time, just going over other things. Yeah, this is a lot, so I want to make sure I go through and I identify what I've already gone over with you guys and stuff, so I don't overlap with my content and with all the stuff that I'm talking about. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys got some value out of it and understood it a little bit. I'd highly suggest going and studying this a little bit more, and I'm going to be putting this on my website so you have access to this whole layout, and you can, I think you can even download it if you want to. So yeah, look forward to hopefully helping out you guys again soon, and would love any feedback on the video, would love any feedback on maybe some gaps that I left unfilled, maybe some stuff that you're curious about, anything that I can do to maybe help better the content, answer questions that you guys have, or yeah, really anything to improve at all in general, whether it be speaking up or maybe communicating a little bit more clearly and concisely, anything really. So I love criticism, I love getting feedback, and I love improving. So again, any feedback would be awesome. So again, I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Peace.